today, okay, or yesterday. So bottom line, he flew down from Chicago to bring the fire for y'all. His average order is $1,192. Okay, would y'all like to have an $1,100 average order? Yes or no? Really, $1,200, $1,192, right? He's already at $100,000 for the year, okay, and we just finished June. So he's already made over 50 grand, and that's with tons of vacations and travel time. Over 50 grand in his pocket, made. Okay, 30% of his orders have flatware on it. That's pretty impressive. 1 out of 3 of his orders have flatware. Okay, so obviously it's an easy upgrade, right? He's had 4 $10,000 weeks so far this year. 4 weeks over 10K. He did 20K for SC1 this year. So he had a $20,000 SC1. He's a fair and show coordinator up in Chicago. Hey, he's mentoring 2 people, and both of them are over $120,000 for the year in sales. Okay, and both of them are in the Silver Cup race. So he's going to talk to you about upselling. He's going to talk to you about cookware. He's going to talk to you about flatware. So make sure you take tons of notes on this. He's about to bring the fire. Let's give it up for my man, Mr. Robert Simmons.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to Trey's limiting me to 30 minutes. I told him that's going to be hard for me, but I'm going to do my best. So I'm going to just be firing off. And if you're really digging and you're really listening and you're really trying to understand, you're going to hear nugget after nugget after nugget after nugget. So it's going to be fast, but you guys got to be able to take notes. Now, if none of this works for you, don't even use it. But I would just encourage most of y'all to try this out. Trey usually puts me on this, like, it keeps the dog in the cage kind of mindset where he's like, you know what? These are all kids who are under 10K in career sales. And they don't need to learn like this. He said, you know what? I want to have this meetings for people over $10,000 in career sales. So just give them everything you have. So I'm really excited because he kind of finally let me off my chain, and I'm going to really be able to launch it here. So here's how we're going to do this. So write down. I'm going to break this down into 4 categories that we're going to close, and we're going to perfect them here in this room today. So that way, coming into SC2, you guys can all do this efficiently and as quick as possible per appointment every single time. All right, so go upselling, skip a few lines. Go cookware. So like split your page into four essentially. So upselling, cookware, flatware, and closing. So I'm going to even teach you guys the verbiage and everything on that you're going to say for this. So give me a show of hands. How many of you guys here try to upsell on your appointments every single time? Every single time. All right. Good. Not bad. So every order I've had this year, I've tried to upsell on, and I've upsold on 80% of those orders for more than what I would have sold if I had just stopped where I was. So I sold an extra 60 grand this year and made an extra $30,000 this year because I chose to upsell on every order. Think about that for a second. So if somebody walks up to you and is like, hey, if you ask this question, I'll hand you $15,000. It's not so bad, right? But most of you are like, 10K, right? Or more? 10K or more? All right. So when do you upsell? This is the first thing that you want to write down. You upsell based on what they buy. So here's how I upsell. If they buy a set, I'm upselling. If they pay for it in full, I'm upselling. If they buy one knife, I'm upselling a darn sheath. If you buy a trimmer, it's coming with a sheath. Alrighty? If you buy a fisherman's solution, you need an extra blade. So that way, when you mail that one back, you can have another one. I'm upselling something. It's going on this order. I very rarely have one knife orders. This week I had a bird's beak paring knife order, right? She's sitting there, she's like, yeah. And I sold this bird's beak, and I was just sitting there. I was like, what do you upsell with a bird's beak? About 15 minutes later, she's like, you know what, I brought up the idea of the wellness mats. I think I'm going to get 3 of them. I was like, all right. Which color? And so being able to do it for the client is going to allow this efficiency. So when do you upsell? Always. But here's the key thing. You never, ever, ever upsell without having the credit card. So think about the psychology of this. You have this list of stuff. You have cookware, flatware, all down because you're trying to close on a kitchen, right? Don't do this. Because then it's like, oh, let me think about it. What they're really saying is, I don't understand what I'm getting. So let me think about if I need the gadgets. Let me think about if I need the barbecue tools. And then if you really, really think about it, are they literally, when you walk away from their house, they're going to be like, maybe I should get that set with that boning knife. Like, no, that's not going to happen. That's not how this works. Because they're confused on what they're saying. So get the credit card as soon as you can. I will close on one knife and upsell them to an ultimate all the time. Become a master upseller. Don't focus on being a master closer. This is key. Be a master upseller. Don't focus on being a master closer. If you're a master closer is not someone who sells a lot per order. A master closer is someone who sells on almost every single order. My longest streak in a row is 72 appointments without a no sale. 72 in a row. So, how do you go into the upsell? So you get the credit card. Here's what I encourage you. Everybody get a clipboard. If you're not using order forms, that's fine. You take the clipboard and you literally say, hey, can I get your ID and your credit card? You take it from them. I'm going to use this as an example. And you clip it to it. Boom, boom. All right? And you look like you're going to punch the order. Now you have the credit card. They're locked in to buy. The game has just started once you get the credit card. Okay? Like, I'm going to keep asking until you tell me no. It's kind of fun. My clients are always like, Robert, what else am I going to buy here today? And I'm like, I mean, you really did like flour, didn't you? She's like, all right, I'll take 2 of them. So I had a lady do that to me the other day. It was pretty cool, actually. I was pretty excited. But it becomes fun, and you become like their assisted shopper. Like they're going through Walmart, and they're like, you know what, I'm okay maxing out my credit card here today, so I'm just going to keep buying until they tell me not to. That's almost how it seems. So, verbiage. Since I am going to be your Cutco guy or girl forever, I want to make a wish list of anything and everything you may want now or in the future, just in case it ever goes on sale. I can keep you in the loop. So I'm going to take you through the book. You just let me know what you want me to write down. Alrighty? So you get the credit card. They say, yes, I'll get the Homemaker Plus 8. You have the credit card in hand. You have the ID in hand. This is what you say. So I'm going to say it again. Since I'm going to be your Cutco guy forever, I want to make a wish list of anything and everything you may want now or in the future, just in case it goes on sale. I can keep you in the loop. So I'm going to take you through the book. You just let me know what you want me to write down. Alrighty. Next thing, right? Feel in their pain. Feel in their pain. We do this naturally with the like, and I think in the manual, at least when I went through training, it was like, hey, have you ever cut a tomato with a dull knife? It squishes all the juices out. So now you're feeling in the pain, right? Because now they're in this place of like, yeah, that gets my nerves. It's like, yeah, it does. Let me solve that for you. Let me fix that problem. You know what I mean? So that's, you want to make sure you're feeling in their pain on every single upsell. So what is it? What's the way to do this? So if I ask someone, hey, Mario, what's important to you when using flatware? What's important to you when using blank? What's important to you when using flatware?
That it fits well in my hand.
Yeah, it's pretty awful when it's like too small for your hands and it doesn't feel comfortable, does it? Did y'all see that? Feel in that pain. So what's important to you when using blank? Alrighty. I wish that we had some cookware. I'd show you guys. I'd actually do some demos for y'all here with the cookware. But I want you guys to go home and practice the cookware demos on your own before you try them with a client. Reason why? You might burn your client. You might dump water all over the place. Let's not do that. Okay, just try them on your own before you get them if you have cookware there. So, you're going through this book. You have the blue book, you flip through, got the credit card, got them on the Homemaker, flip through, and you're like, boom, you flip the, if you use order forms, I still use them. Flip the order form over, write everything down. Have a sheet of paper, write it down. Start writing. Gotcha. So this is our cookware. Pause. What's important to you in using cookware? Oh, I hate when something sticks to the pan. That's one we get a lot, right? Oh, I hate when I have to cook things on high heat and all the nutrients go out of it. These are things that they're going to tell you. So whatever it is, feel in the pain. Regardless of what it is. Yeah, it's awful when your sink's the healthiest thing in your kitchen, right? So, all right. So cookware. Have you ever heard of waterless or low moisture cookware? Next question. Yes, no, maybe so. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. So basically, there's 6 brands of waterless cookware, and they're made in 2 factories that are about 9 minutes apart from each other. In Wisconsin, West Bend, Wisconsin. The point of it is because a lot of times people used to use non-stick cookware, or they'll use like all old cast iron. That's what it is. Cast iron, and they're boiling things, they're steaming things, they're cooking things on really high heat. So what happens is high heat is the fastest way to get nutrients and flavor out of food. I don't know if you guys know that. If anybody in here is like a good cook, then that's a common thing. So high heat is the fastest way to get flavor and nutrients out of food. If you're trying to eat healthier, start cooking your food slower. Sure, you'll have a lot more energy, especially your vegetables. So they're like, oh, well, this is interesting. So let's say that they're doing carrots. I always use carrots or broccoli as an example. I'm like, so for instance, if you were to take your carrots and put them in your pot now, that you boil them or you steam them on really high heat, then you're dumping all those nutrients and flavor down the drain. You're not getting any of that flavor, and you're not getting the nutrients into your system. So the healthiest thing in your kitchen, and who's probably eating the best food, is your sink. And they're like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So at that point, it's pretty easy to be like, well, ours doesn't do that, right? But the thing is you want to teach them. So you take a 3-quart, a 2-quart, doesn't matter, anything with a lid, you put about like this much water in it, like just like a 1/4 inch of water. Everybody can see this. And you spin it. So like, I want to use your Gatorade bottle fast. So you take it and you spin the whole thing. So it's like this, and then have them try to pick up the lid. You can't move the lid. It will not remove. Like you can pick up the whole pot before the lid comes off. Try it on your own. You'll get it right once after you try it 2 or 3 times. The next thing you know, they're like, oh wow. So you see how it creates that pressure seal around the lid? So you do this with very little water, and it's cooking on low to medium heat. And it steams everything in its own juices. So all the flavor and nutrients stay in your food. And actually, because it's 5-ply aluminum core, that it's going to cook everything evenly. So it's actually going to cook them faster as well. Did y'all get that? Everyone's looking at me almost like deer in the headlights. So, yeah, I see some of y'all smiling. Some of y'all are just like, looks like you guys just like a train's running through or something. So, all right. Next thing, the lighter demo. So how do you guys do the lighter demo? You hold a pot, you take the lighter, do it, and then as soon as you take it, like you have them touch the top, and it won't get hot. Take the lighter off, give it a few seconds, touch it again because it's dispensing the heat evenly amongst the pot. It gets rid of the heat so fast that it keeps everything equal. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. Make sure I'm not losing anybody here as I'm trying to blast these away. I'd like to spend like I could do a whole talk on just cookware and a whole talk on just flatware. He was really giving me 30 minutes to do 3 talks. So flatware. We're gonna move on to flatware. So let's say they want the cookware. So you show them which set, you write it down on the list. All right, guys? That's how this works. So now you're making a list. You write it down on the list. Flatware. I love our flatware. If you're going to upsell anything on your sets, every set you sell, you should show them stainless steel lids. Every single one. They fit in every slot. They're great. They look awesome. Because, like, literally, nothing's better than when you call your manager and like, yeah, I just sold a Siggy Con Chrome. That's what I call them. Or Siggy with a grill. Because, literally, you'll upsell 300 or 400 CPO on every order. Once you master upselling stainless table knives, you will become a master of upselling flatware chests. That is the process it takes to upsell. So you get a stainless table knife, you cut the leather, you redo the leather demo with them. Yeah, by the way, if you wanted to add these, this is another option we have to add to your set. I didn't show you these, I'm sorry. I'll take responsibility. You can put the blame on me for that. But aren't they pretty? Boom. Redo the leather demo. So what's cool about our flatware is it's the last American-made flatware. It used to be made in Mexico up until a couple of years ago. And they actually moved it to Oneida, New York, because have you ever heard of Oneida flatware? They went out of business, and so we bought their factory. So that way we could be the last American-made flatware in America, and we can employ more people here in our own community. It's 18-gauge steel. Now the guarantee is the same as an eyes. If you ever have one that chips, cracks, bends, or anything else like that, you get a new one free forever. Cutco, this is like, don't lose this nugget. Cutco is promised to the flatware design forever. So if you ever lose a few pieces, you can replace them and they will 100% of the time always match. That right there, they're gonna be like, all right, how much is it? Like, it's so funny. Right when you say that, they're like, oh, how much is it? How many pieces does it come with?
Can you say the verbiage again?
Sure. Cutco is promised to this design forever. So if you ever lose a few pieces, you can add them, and it will 100% of the time match. See, people typically, this is what I would say to them, like, do you typically like heavy flatware? Usually they're going to be like, yes. That's usually what they say. Like, that's what most people say. Okay, well, the reason why they say that is they associate heavy with quality. The truth is since ours is 18-gauge steel, it's really hard to bend. You could, like, scoop ice cream with it. It's not going to bend or anything like that. But it's also going to keep the beautiful finish all the time. And it's also the best quality that you can possibly buy. The chest comes with 12 5-piece place settings and 6 serving utensils. So it's actually 66 pieces, 67 if you include the chest. What's crazy is this is probably the best discount that Cutco gives. Naturally, I don't know if you guys have ever actually pieced out like a flatware chest, if anybody has ever done it. So if you could do the 12 5-piece place settings with the 6 serving utensils, I think it's like $2,400. We could do it for $1,595, and if you really need, if they're like, yeah, I wish, like, is there any way we could get a better deal on it? Then you can actually do $1,339 and bonus to 6 flatware place settings. So you can almost do that for like 45% off. So a lot of people don't know that, but that's automatically, and it doesn't count you bonus points unless you start bonusing stuff. So the flatware chest is by far the best deal that we can give to people. So going back, right then, they're like, yeah, I just ask, hey, did you want to know the price of this? Did you want me to add this to your wish list? Boom, it's on the wish list. Now you got it there. What's cool is by making this wish list, and I'm only talking about cookware and flatware. We're not talking about like hunting tools, gardening tools, baking tools. Do we have any hunters in here? We have 1, 2. Okay. What's great? Get this. Try to sell the hunting tools and gardening tools and always in sets. So I was like, this is our hunting tool set. I had this other day. I got to buy every hunting tool that we made. So you can only clean 1 deer or 1 turkey at a time. So I don't know why you're doing this, but it's funny how when you think of everything in sets, they always come in sets. This is our gadget set. This is our everything that comes in sets like that. So think of every single thing as a package. This is our pocket knife set. I know you probably don't golf very often, but it comes with a set. Literally, I'll tell people that all the time. So going through, so you're getting all these things. So you should have multiple things on this wish list, and then we're going to go into closing. This is the problem. People can get big wish lists. How many of y'all have ever had like a $5,000 wish list before, and you're like, oh, if I can find a way to close this, my life would change, right? Yeah. So far this year, for every order that I've quoted over $4,000, they bought. Every order I've quoted over $4,000, they bought. Very nice. So I know if someone walks up and they're like, yeah, $4,000, I'll do it. My largest order this year is 5,600 CPO. It's actually at a booth. You guys probably don't know much about those yet, but you will learn them. Guy walks up. He is Jewish. If we have any Jewish people in here, and he is like, "Hey, I'm looking for good knives." Goes through. He's like, "I need cleavers. I need stuff like this." I said, "Gotcha." And I was joking around. I said, "How many did you want?" He goes, Actually, I keep kosher, so I need a black set and a white set. If you guys don't know what keeping kosher is, they can't cook their meats with the same knives they cook their vegetables with. I don't know the exact ins. Ask someone who's Jewish, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So basically, he's like, yeah, I need 2 of those. How much of a discount could you give me on it? I said, hey, man, I could give you another one at the same price. So it's 2 ultimate steak knives, and then he ended up getting 8 gut hooks, 2 pocket knives, a few llamas knots, and it lasted about 25 minutes before I had the order completely wrote up. So that's the power of upselling. What if somebody didn't ask that question? What if you're like, thanks, man, I appreciate it. Just sold an ultimate. Done. Wrote up. Hand it to them. You're never done until they tell you. He was like, all right, man, there's nothing more you could sell me. I said, all right. That's literally how that ended. You're never done. You keep asking until they tell you that they're done. And here's a key thing. A lot of times people drop down, so it's like, oh, they can't afford a CU, can't afford a homie, but they really can afford a galley. And then they don't upsell. That doesn't make any sense to me. What the truth is it's not that they can't afford it. Don't make decisions for people. Write that down. I never should make decisions for my clients. But you get the galley because you've dropped down to it, right? And what most people would do is they get their credit card and they go on about that. This is what they're telling you. This is what I feel comfortable spending the money with this moment. This is what I feel comfortable spending the money with this moment. So how do you change this? They get the galley, instantly it becomes fun. As soon as they do it, you high-five them. The sound of a high-five will actually break their attention, breaks their trance, and completely changes someone's states. So if they feel like almost like a buyer's remorse feeling when they're buying, you high-five them, it's gone. It's interesting. Psychology. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. So, so right then, make them feel good about it. Gotcha. What's the first thing that you're going to cook when you get this? You're going to cook steak? Can I come over? Bring my girlfriend? Sure. I'm just kidding. Don't worry. You have fun with them. Whatever your personality is. My jokes aren't going to work for everybody. Your jokes have to work for you, different personalities. So it's just the nature of how it works. But right then, have fun with them. Okay? So you're getting their credit card, you write up the order, you get all their address down, you get all their phone number, you get their email, and then you upsell because now you know them. You've built more rapport. You're not just a salesman. You have their credit card. You're having fun with them. And you upsell, those are the best upsells. One of y'all are going to do this week, and you're going to be like, dang, it actually works. Try it. So, alrighty. So going forth, we're going to go into closing, guys. This is it. So, first thing, it should be lighthearted. This should be lighthearted. And you should 100% of the time do it for them. 100% of the time do it for them. The biggest thing when I take people field training that are like at like $100,000, $200,000, they're like, you really sell? But literally, you're the least salesiest person I've ever met in my life. You're in their house, and they are literally doing everything for them, 100% of the time. Sophia, are you here? There you are. So she came with me on like 3 appointments a couple weeks ago, and literally, I think I had it was like 3 appointments, and I sold them all like 3 pieces. It was like 3 or 4 pieces. And then the truth is that's all they needed. I have no problem with selling people exactly what they need. The thing is that's what she was literally like, I need this, 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 and this. So can I make a recommendation? Got her one more knife that she would use. But the point of me saying that is you always do what's best for your client, 100% of the time. So this is really important. So while you're doing this, making a wish list, so for some of the things that you want to say, yeah, I make my living off the loyalty of my clients. How awesome is that? I make my living off the loyalty of my clients. If you ever need anything in the future, I want to be the person to call. So next thing I would like to say, hey, my goal is to meet your needs in your kitchen while staying within your budget. My goal is to meet your needs in your kitchen while staying within your budget. So these are just lines that you can kind of say where they're like, yeah. It's like, all right, this is the best way I can describe this. Girls, how many of y'all would love for someone that was qualified and a professional person to come with you to every store and try on a dress, and they tell you exactly what your thoughts are and exactly what you need for exactly your body type, your skin tone, and everything. How many of y'all would love that? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's like 5 of every 7 girls. Okay, we'll take that number. Usually, like every girl's like, yes, oh my gosh, can I just have someone to help me with this? The truth is, they bring their friends most of the time, but that's how it is. Like they're like, yeah, I love. Okay, so you cook this, 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 and this. Okay, this is exactly what you'd use. So think of it. You're doing it for them. When you're cooking, that's the thing. When the little verbiage is like, when you're cooking your chicken, do you find it's really hard to cut when it's raw or when it's cooked? You hear how that's for them? So those little phrases, when you're cooking your blank. So, all right, going into closing, because Trey just told me I only have like 7 minutes to close this. So, all right, so at the point you get the wish list done, they're like, oh yeah, that's awesome, it's amazing, whatever. You just kind of chat with them. This is the phrase, and you got to look them right in the eye, and I pull off like almost. I try to do like my personality is almost like I'll be like kind of charming and kind of cute and sweet. So not in real life, but on my appointments. Ms. Jones, I know you probably didn't think you were going to get this today, but I promise you I'd let you know if it ever went on sale. The best discount I can get you is if I package this with what you're already getting. So can I at least show you the price? You guys got that?
Can you say it one more time?
Yeah. Ms. Jones, I know you probably are not thinking about getting everything. I left this out on my notes here, but put everything on your wish list. And I would even add this. But Cutco does package deals. And I promise you I'd let you know if it ever went on sale. And the best discount I could give you would be here today. Did you want me to show you what it would be if we added it to your set? Add it to your order?
Yeah.
I got you guys. All right. Ms. Jones, I know you are probably are not thinking about getting everything on your wish list. But Cutco does package deals. And I promise you I'd let you know if it ever went on sale. So the best discount I could give you would be here today. Did you want to know what it would be if we added this all to your set? Added this all to your order? Pricing. So this is important. So you write out, this is what the price is. Let's say to buy a homemaker, it's $12.12. Okay? So then you say, hey, you could do the homemaker for $12.12. The original would be, you do, let's say $4,000 for everything on the wish list, just easy numbers. Then it's like, so by adding all this to your homemaker set, we could save you $800 here today. Or we could save you blank amount here today. So give them a good deal, give them a good discount. If you ever sell one of these big orders and you don't give free stuff, you're gonna feel bad about it almost. My biggest fear is, it's a true story. My biggest fear when I was a 10K rep was like people would go find the price somewhere else. I'm gonna kind of pop this bubble for you. I have I think 900 customers now. And I've never had a client do that. I've never had a client. I've heard of like one other CSP in the 6 years I've been doing this. Say, yeah, I had this lady that was looking for she found a block for less expensive or something like that. I was like, well, give her a better deal. And that's the problem. But like that's so rare. So don't ever let that get a hold of you, because that was a big thing for me when I was in 10K. I was always like bonusing everything, giving everything free, everything I could do. I was wanting to customize everything because I knew they couldn't customize things online. I was doing everything I could. The truth is that doesn't happen very often. That one in a bazillion, don't let that get to you. But give the discount. So give them a good discount. It's $30. We can save you $800 here today. So this is the closing line. This is it. This is like you on the date, and you want the kiss so bad, you go in and you get it. This is that one. That's this one right here. All right. So you there? You say, hey, I know it's a lot of money. Right after you give them the price, I know it's a lot of money. I know you probably weren't expecting to spend that today with a college kid, but since we are the best and you appreciate quality, if you could swing the payments, it does just make sense. Yeah. I'm going to go through it again, guys. So, I know you probably sorry, I went back between both of them there. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know this is a lot of money. I know you probably weren't expecting to spend it here today with a college kid. It's actually how I say it. Here today with a college kid. But since it's the best and you appreciate quality, if you could swing the payments, it just makes sense. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Biggest takeaway. All right, 3 people, biggest takeaway. All right, show of hands.